Good morning. It is the 21st of October 2019, and you are watching The Median Man this week in metal. So, let's begin. On today's show, we're going to be talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the confusion surrounding it, as per. We're going to be talking about Robb Flynn's massive ego, and we'll be finishing off with a brief review of Killswitch Engage's gig at the O2 Academy in Birmingham on Saturday. So, as you can see from the title on screen, Motorhead, who are nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year, have had a bit of controversy surrounding them because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame decided that it only wanted to induct the three original members, that's Lemmy Kilmister, Fast Eddie Clarke, and Phil Filthy Animal Taylor. Now, this caused a bit of an outcry because Phil Campbell and Mickey D, who were the final two members in the band when it finished after Lemmy Kilmister's death, were with Motorhead for 25 of the 40 years that it was going. And indeed, I believe Phil Campbell was in the band from the early 1980s after Fast Eddie died. So personally, I don't really understand why the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame decided to miss them out. A huge campaign started. Basically, Mickey D took to the internet and to an interview with Billboard to basically say he didn't understand why this was happening, and he didn't quite understand what the point of it was. Motorhead took to their official social media channels to basically say, Lemmy wouldn't be impressed. What is all of this going on? A campaign started, and eventually, as you can see, it eventually took to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and eventually it was rectified, and they're now both Phil Campbell and Mickey D are going to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame alongside Filthy Animal and Fast Eddie, and of course the immortal Lemmy Kilmister. So I'm not sure what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame were playing at, to be honest with you, but the problem has been rectified, so hopefully they learn from this. And other nominees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame include Mark Bolan and T-Rex, well deserved. Thin Lizzy, again well deserved. Judas Priest, who were back up on the nominee list after being nominated in 2018, and Soundgarden as well. So I encourage all of my listeners to vote in the poll. I'll put the link in the description below, so with that we can keep the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame rock and roll and not have pop pretenders like Mariah Carey and Beyonce being considered for it in a couple of years' time. So, from there we move to Robb Flynn, the rhythm guitarist and vocalist for Machine Head. So now, Robb Flynn has had a bit of an issue in the recent past of taking to social media to basically act like a prat. This started after the release of Machine Head's album Catharsis, which got mixed reviews from everyone. There was a bit of a social justice tinge to it, which is fair enough, but the way Robb Flynn was reacting to criticism was insane. He took a lot of hyperbolic reactions to it, and the same has happened again to the new Machine Head song, Do or Die, which has basically included lyrics which basically go die motherfucker die, and some people accused him of copying that from this band Dope, and he took to Twitter to basically explain that he's been using it forever. There's a clip from 1995 at the Dynamo Festival of him essentially saying the same thing, and that which was about 6 years before Dope's song Die Motherfucker Die came out, and then he took to basically going on a massive rant about how everyone was being a dickhead and being an idiot and all of this, and then he finished it off by saying, who listens to Dope? That was a bit childish, a bit petty, but what can you expect from a man who it seems to be so unable to take criticism. I mean, I understand that criticism is criticism and it will hurt, but you're a grown ass man. You don't have to act like a petulant little child, or if you do, you don't have to take it to social media, because that never ends well. So of course, Dope's frontman Ed Zell ended up responding to it. He took to Facebook to basically say, I saw Robb Flynn said all of these things. I'm a grown-ass man. I need to reply to this just to clear the air. And he took to looking at Spotify, which is essentially where the most people listen to their music, so it's a good streaming platform, a good source to indicate who listens more to who. Dope have 1.238 million monthly listeners. Machine Head have 1.208 monthly listeners, so Dope have more listeners. They also apparently have 30 million more plays on Spotify than any song Rob has actually written or released, which is pretty insane when you think about it. And they basically he finished it off quite nicely, saying, I hope Rob is well, and I hope he has the time to do whatever he wants, and I don't want to take part in any high school drama. Fairly respectable, fairly adult. Robb Flynn, of course, ending up with egg on his face. He finished off. He then posted on Instagram, basically saying, saw your post, stand corrected. Don't have anything against Dope. And I wish you all the best and hope you can come out on tour with us, which is fair enough. He admitted he was wrong, but I guess he acted like an adult now because he had egg on his face and he didn't before. So it's quite interesting, and it'll be interesting to see where he goes from here, really, because if he continues down that path, I'm not sure if anyone will be able to take him seriously. But if he learns from it and he acts more like an adult, however an adult is supposed to act, I guess, that could be something interesting and fun to see. I guess I look forward to seeing what Machine Head pull out in the next couple of years, because they've got a new lineup now as well. So yeah, definitely. And from Robb Flynn, we move on to Killswitch Engage, who performed at the Birmingham O2 Academy on Saturday, and it was the first time I'd ever seen them after listening to them for about 8 years now. It was a phenomenal gig. Tenside and Revocation performed excellently as openers, got the crowd hyped, got them pumped, and when Killswitch Engage came out, it was just phenomenal. The crowd surged to the front, like literally there were about 2,000 people standing, and they all pushed to the front. It got a bit hard to breathe at one point, but it was a fantastic gig. The minute they started playing, you could tell they were there, they were up for it, and they just kept going, song after song. They just pummeled you into just awe, really. Jesse Leach was on fantastic form vocally, and the band just sound incredibly tight, and I think they're going to be on to great things now. So if you get the chance, definitely check them out on tour. So this has been The Median Man with This Week in Metal. Please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram at The Median Man. Follow us on Facebook, also at The Median Man, and check us out at themedianman.com. All of the links will be in the description below. So thank you very much.